Have you ever looked into the sky and felt a sense of wonder emerge within your heart as you discovered a hot air balloon soaring overhead? There is something truly magical about hot air balloons, how their beautiful colors complement the blue sky, how they soar over natural landscapes below in picturesque vistas, how they turn ordinary days into extraordinary memories, like dreams floating through the open air. If you are like me, you may consider a majestic theme such as hot air balloons to be criminally underrepresented within the entertainment industry. With Balloon Jockeys, we set out to change this by developing a game that captures both the visual and thematic splendor of hot air ballooning. So come light your burners and soar through the skies in this game inspired by real-life hot air balloon competitions. Pilots must steer their balloons by adjusting their altitude to adapt to ever-changing winds. Balloon Jockeys is a trick-taking board game where players will vie for control over the wind speed dice by playing wind cards with suits of north, south, east, and west, and wild. From there, players will move their balloons across the landscape board by deciding which altitude to adjust their balloon to, as each space on the altitude board contains a different wind speed and direction. In Balloon Jockeys, players are not required to follow suit, i.e. play a card of the same suit as was led. The lead suit of a trick in Balloon Jockeys is still vital to gameplay and is simply referred to as the trump suit, because the player with the trump turkey always leads a trick and the suit they play becomes the trump suit. For each challenge, players are dealt 10 regular cards and 2 wild cards. They will only play 10 cards in the challenge and discard the 2 remaining cards at the conclusion of the challenge. The layout of a trick is the same across all 3 modes of the game. Each trick consists of the following steps. Number 1, roll the wind dice. Number 2, play a card in clockwise order. The player with the trump turkey plays first, and their card determines the trump suit. Number 3, when playing a wild card, immediately claim an unclaimed bonus. Number 4, award any remaining bonuses in the following manner. First, whoever plays the highest number of the trump suit gets to arrange the wind dice on the 3 spaces of the altitude board. Second, whoever plays the lowest number of the trump suit gets to claim the trump turkey for their benefit in the next trick. Third, any player who plays a number equal to the sum of the wind dice, regardless of the suit, gets to claim a gust of wind token. 5. Players may adjust their balloon on the altitude board by 1 space. 6. Players move their balloon on the landscape board according to the suit they played and their position on the altitude board. For example, because the blue player played an east suit, also designated by the color and shape, they must move their balloon 5 spaces in the southeast direction. Players may spend each gust of wind token to add or subtract 1 space to their movement. Finally, at the end of each trick, players have the opportunity to drop a sandbag on the space beneath their balloon or even land their balloon if they are currently on the lowest altitude. Just like in real hot air balloon competitions, players will compete in different challenges or modes that span 20 minutes or 10 tricks each. The 3 modes of Balloon Jockeys are Hesitation Waltz, Scramble, and Hare Hounds. Hesitation Waltz contains many targets spread out across the landscape where pilots select the launch area that best suits their hand of wind cards. The jockeys have sandbags to drop on different targets and must use the trump turkey to their advantage if they wish to come out on top. Hesitation Waltz is the simplest of the 3 modes and a great way to introduce players to the game. You may only drop 1 sandbag of your color on each target or tile. At the end of the challenge, players will simply add together all the points from the spaces that contain their sandbag tokens and their landed balloon. Scramble is a contest of pushing your luck where the longer you fly, the more point tokens you can collect. But the sooner you land relative to your opponents, the better your point multiplier will be. Pilots launch in the center of the landscape and will struggle for control of the trump turkey as they collect any point tokens they soar through before landing on one of the 4 red pads. Hare Hounds has pilots chasing another balloon, the hare, as they seek to drop sandbags on the targets along its trail. Pilots may only drop 1 sandbag directly onto each target, but some targets will overlap, allowing for lucrative scoring sites. Only the cleverest pilot can outmaneuver his or her opponents and claim the title of Balloon Jockey Champion.